Hello there.
Hey.
Time to turn you up. There we go.
Monkey. Monkey, monkey, monkey.
Hello, Bakamore. I hope you're doing well. Hello, Mario Bro. Hello, Pat.
Hey. Hey, Pat. Mario Bro. Bagmoor, how y'all doing? 2 hour nap mood.
Nice.
Thanks for the monk. I heard that.
I felt it. I felt it.
I felt that, yeah. Bonk.
How is everyone doing today?
It's the Eepy hours.
Oh, incredibly eepy.
Working on homework? Huh. Made some calls this morning. At least one place took my name and number. Nice. That's progress.
Alright.
Glad your mood's a little better, Pat. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. Ah, yes, abiotic factor. It's like if you combined a survival game with Half-Life 1.
The what factor?
Abiotic factor.
Abiotic.
Mhm.
So it's a game?
Yes.
So small. What was that?
That was me moving the chair.
Ah. So I'm wearing headphones. It's just like, if there's a loud noise, I can't tell what it is, but I know there was a loud noise inside. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
As long as the dog is fine and all that.
The dog is... I don't know where the dog is.
There she's
The dog is not screaming, so that is good.
good. She Eepy as well. It's the. I mean, yeah, it's siesta time. The siesta hours. I'm a chipmunk in a science facility. Nice.
Alright. Let's get a reading on this computer's heat signatures. The answer is... Oh, it's already warm. Not terrible, just...
Warm?
It's doing very little, and it's like 41 degrees Celsius.
How much Celsius is it?
41.
Ugh. Okay.
So
It's only
computers.
halfway from what it was yesterday.
Yeah, that's when it was like just being like, I'm turning this off. I'm turning this off. I'm turning this off. I'm like, thank you, computer. That is a good thing, but oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad to see your mood is a little better, Pat. So thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Giving yourself the opportunity to be in a better mood too. That's already big.
Yeah.
Been doing more La Criatura card, including the semi. I'm more excited. Hype train has no breaks for Switch to a Mario Kart world. Hell yeah.
It has been fascinating to watch that the Switch 2 is already, I believe it's broken records at how fast it's sold. So I'm like, yes.
Yeah, very much so. Crazy. Let's boycott
Well,
Nintendo.
have you ever seen?
Yeah.
Have you seen the picture of the Modern Warfare boycott server?
No. What's modern? What?
It was Call of Duty.
Ah, okay.
Let me find that for you.
Bum 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 ba bum bum ba 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 bum boom boom. Hey Violet, what's up? Welcome. How you doing?
Yeah, so this is what happened. There was a group of people. This happened multiple spots, but this is what happened on where is it? Where? Oh, there you are. Come on, computer, load things. There we go. This was from a group of people that were saying they were going to boycott the game, and look what they're playing.
Boycott Modern Warfare 2. We want
In-game,
dedicated.
Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, so
Borderlands,
everyone,
Modern Warfare 2.
like everyone in
Dragon
the team
Age.
is playing Modern Warfare 2. Wow.
Over half of them are playing the thing that they were going to boycott.
I see. Except Nintendo is like that, but everyone is buying it anyway.
Oh no, it's completely sold out. It
Yeah.
is.
Right.
Yeah, they're going to be fine.
Yeah.
For now. The problem is going to be interesting because so Sony and Microsoft have announced price increases. And so right now, the cheapest system you can buy in the United States is right now the PlayStation 5 that has no disc drive.
Yeah.
And that is only in the United States. If you're outside the United States, it's once again the Switch 2. So I'm like, or it's like it is now at the same price to buy a Switch 2 as a PlayStation 5 without a disc drive. I'm like, the clown show will continue.
Everything according to plan. According to Keikaku. when SpongeBob goes on strike and then Squidward does his speech, it just ends up with everyone going to the Krusty Krab and trampling Squidward.
Yeah. That's the thing is, if you want to make a company scared, just don't talk about them. Talk about other things. That will make them worried. If you talk about how much you hate a thing, everyone goes, oh.
Also, if you talk about how much you're not talking about a certain thing, you're still kind of doing it.
Okay, number one, Pat. I'm gonna recommend the Steam Deck because it's the cheapest option right now. But I'm also going to put in the caveat, which is I really love the Steam Deck, but it has a lot of problems. So I would say it is something to consider because how do you speak about? Okay, but yeah, I would say I like this. I like the Steam Deck too. Sorry, I like the Steam Deck. If you're trying to just play video games with your friends, I would say the Switch too. If you want something you can tinker with and have for cheaper, the Steam Deck. There's not really a reason. Really? What the hold on. Let me check something.
What happened?
Steam Deck prices, Poland.
Predator series has me in a chokehold. Predator?
Alright.
Oh yeah, the alien... No, it's not alien.
Oh, wow, what the fuck? Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't buy it at that price. They have increased the price decently. So that is, yeah. That doesn't seem worth it. I wouldn't buy it at that price because they made. Wait. Yeah, because they made in the United States it was. Wow, what the fuck is happening with this?
But what happened? There's a lot of
Pat
text.
asked which system. Yeah. Pat asked which one to buy, Switch 1, Switch 2, or Steam Deck, and I'm like, I like the Steam Deck. And then Pat says it's the most expensive in Poland, and I'm like, what? And I'm looking at the prices. In Poland, they have high import issues because they. So then, yeah, that's not worth it. You can put. That's the thing. It all depends on if it's worth it to you. So if they're going to raise the price and it's not worth it to you, don't buy it. Make them either A, eat that cost and bring it down, or B, they don't have to take it at your business.
Hey, Danny dudes, welcome, welcome.
Yeah. That's the thing is.
Yeah, it's like, what do you recommend
like
most? It depends on many things.
It depends on your situation. If you are looking for a computer, it's a good computer. It also is easily, compared to everything else, modifiable, and even if you don't want to open it up to modify it, any SD card will work. The thing, though, is that it's going to do the same stuff as your computer, and it'll do things in a Linux fashion, which means it'll mostly work the same. But there'll be some weirdities, some oddities. Certain things will work better, certain things will work worse. The one that's driving me crazy right now is that Grounded is now across multiple computers worse on my Windows PC than on my fucking Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Hey, I would say this. If you think it's a good idea and you can afford it, do it. But until you think it's a good idea, wait. Because, well, money if you have a job that pays a lot and you haven't had a job that pays that well for a while, I would usually say try to build up a barrier first before it. At least build up like 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses before any big purchase, if you can. I can understand that not everyone can.
Yeah, because games at
You think?
least it's not a necessity.
Yeah.
Like it,
One of the good. You first.
like I keep telling that to myself because Donkey Kong is coming out and I want to experience it, but it's like if I can't afford it, don't fucking push it. But also, it's Donkey
Oh,
Kong,
yeah.
man. Yeah.
Another example is like, yeah, there's a ton of free games actually on Linux. So if you have Linux and the Flatpak system, there is a ton of games, but they're gonna not be anywhere near as large of a player base. Like they have a really good version, a pretty much entirely Linux version of Age of Empires 2. If you like Age of Empires 2, they have their own version. If you like Mario Kart, they actually have Tuxedo Kart with a fucking penguin. But, eh, eh.
Ah,
Yeah.
so Danny dude's Wi-Fi was shut down, only able to pig in for a bit. That's alright, Danny. If you're still there, I hope you're having a good day and a good weekend.
Oh damn, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, not fun.
But yeah, I like the Steam Deck, and I think it's a good thing for a lot of people. But at the same time, I'm the first to say that thing has so many little problems. But the reason it's worth it to me, I can turn on a stream and not be bombarded with, "Would you like to upgrade your Windows services?" I'm like, please stop.
Yeah.
And I use it as an alarm clock and as a very reliable Discord photo thing when me and Gabe were like apart.
Yeah.
So when me and Gabe want to do Discord calls to be able to chat for a long time, I actually use the Steam Deck for that using a webcam.
Hell yeah.
Don't know why it works, but it does.
I only want the Steam Deck to play certain games. I think a Steam Deck is good if you don't have a gamer computer and you want to play gamer games. I was gonna say the fact if you want to play PC games, like I think that's where it's worth it. But if you already have a PC, and but if you have the money laying around and you're like, hell yeah, I want a Steam Deck so I can like play on the go. Sure, go ahead, but it's gotta see where your economy is at.
It also really depends on your personality. I had a desktop, and I was still playing my laptop because my life required me to do. Okay, I need you to go do this, or this in different rooms. I did not often have time to go to my desktop, and by the time I sat down at my desktop, I'm like, I am tired of being kind of sitting down here, sitting down there. I want to walk around. So one of the reasons I love the Steam Deck is that I can pretty much walk and pace around as much as I want while being able to be like, I can type in Twitch chat. I can, sort files on my Google Drive or Apple Drive while I'm walking around.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Well, then get a PlayStation 2 portable.
Thank you for the.
I would honestly say, yeah, check into the things that can play the PlayStation portable stuff. There is a lot of emulators out there that are really good quality, and the price for them in Europe may start to come down after a bit because they can't sell them in the US right now.
Oh yeah.
So keep an eye on those. Ambernick and Retro Art both were like, hey, we're going to have to maybe not sell it all in the US.
Yeah. Hey, Fria Frost, hey, Juan Vord, how you doing? True Gamers Game, the game. That's that's like the Mario from the Hotel Mario, going like all toasters, toast, where it's like, true gamers, remember kids, true gamers, game games.
Sure. Okay, Pat. If your favorite system was in the PlayStation 2 or 3 era, look at different retro devices. Those may be more your speed. There's a lot of handhelds that are really good at emulation of older stuff, or consider emulation using your desktop.
Emulation is an option, yeah.
Yep, especially right now.
Yeah. Yar har fiddle midis.
Mm,
Fantastic experience I got in Cool Media channel on Discord. Hands still trembling for the emotion such experience I got. Can you summarize it? Because I'm lazy to go check it out.
yeah, we are both pretty burnt out today, so
Uh,
extra steps is going to fall apart. Well, then there you go, Pat. One of the coolest things you can do right now is just be like, yeah, hello, game industry. I ain't moving. And just watch them spin.
Spy.
I can spin. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Enjoy what you currently have, and then you don't have to spend. Welcome. The resistance.
Yeah. Oh, you met a band for the first time? That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll check it out in a bit. I love the Donkey Kong pictures. He's like the cute anime girl like puts her hands on her head going like ee like with tongue out. So so Donkey Kong. Nice. That's a full-on orchestra. That's great.
Yes, you can. It's a computer. The Steam Deck is a computer. If you can do it with a computer, you can do it with the Steam Deck.
You get to hold the friggin' like sax. That's so cool. Let's go.
Nice.
So cool. That thing is huge. Oh my god. Yeah, the other day we were talking about on stream like about
Saxophones, yeah.
how big they can get. It's just great. Can you download games onto the Steam Deck?
Yes.
Yeah, like Steam games. DKB,
That's
like
what I was saying.
exactly.
It's a computer.
Yeah, it's like straight off a computer. You can stream from it. Carl stream.
Yeah.
From the Steam
I've
Deck.
streamed multiple times from it, yeah.
Baritone sax. Is it heavy? I wonder, because it looks heavy. But like you never know. Maybe it's made of a material that's meant to be like not super heavy.
Certain metals are actually pretty good at being light.
Water bottle packages I bring home are heavier. Ah, damn, that's awesome. So they are light. Saxophones. Yeah, I love instruments so much. Yeah, I love wind instruments, but don't ask me to play them because I have many talents. Wind instruments are not one of them, but they sound so pretty when you know what you're doing.
Here in my cart, I am trying to race, because I'm trying to get in first place in this cart.
Because I'm hearing. Was watching Griffin's stream last week, showing the paint doodles. Someone said I should totally draw him drinking candle wax, and I told him, oh my god, he would. He totally would. Candle wax. Ruka would find any attempt to go fast without realizing he's going into the dirt. He still is really good for the lucky twos to fish him out. For the lucky. Ah, that's right. The guys on the cloud that like save you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's the archer. You want to see it? Yeah, I'll check it out in a bit. And yesterday, like, speaking of Griffin, I was having a meeting with Griffin yesterday. I don't know, I forgot what the subject was, but someone brought up like King Julian. And like, no, I think it was me. It was me making the like I cannot move it anymore. And what is it? I was like, so what kind of like monkey is King Julian? It's like a lemur, right? But I found, like, I've seen Madagascar 1. That's all I've seen. Yesterday I found out that there's more series and shit, other than the penguins. And I'm like, yo, why King Julian good as fuck? Like, what the fuck? He fine as fuck. He's serving.
Why he's serving?
he's a lemur, yeah. Imagine who one ever asked about his life, so just imagine if he presented it in a form of a song, like an Insolence Poison Well, where the chorus is like, this is my life, this is my hell. Straight took a journey to the poison well. Oh, that rhymes. Nice. Didn't know you were
from a
giving
song. That's from a song.
Oh. Didn't know you were giving Rook a shell. It makes sense. As soon as they saw him, they realized he'd need more protection. Oh, yeah. I can't move it anymore. He's a ringtail lemur. Yeah. Yeah, so it's like... But like I didn't know the whole I cannot move it anymore. Like it's from a screenshot from an actual episode, whatever was a show or a movie. I don't fucking know what he has, but like, does he have a series or what is it? King.
Yes, there's a King Julian show.
Cause like I would be like, yeah, I know about the penguins on Madagascar, so many like memes and shit coming out of it. Fucking, there's a series of the fucking that fucking guy, and then like, holy shit. No, like, yo, why he kind of serving though? Like, look at him, holy shit, holy fuck. And like, I was so curious. Of course, that the first thing I do is like go to for affinity, and it's like, yeah, there's a lot. Why am I surprised? Okay, this is awesome. Check this out. Oh my god.
Mauricio.
Mauricio.
I still love the fact that. What the fuck? I hate them. I hate them.
He sees you where you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake.
And now there's a clone of him, so run for goodness sake.
Hell yeah.
Oh, you gotta get out. You gotta get out. You gotta get out. You gotta get out.
Holy shit. Okay, yo, but there's this fucking furry suit that looks so good. What the fuck? Fucking fursuit of King Julian. I guess it's like a... Yeah, it's an original... Oh, it's a Netflix show. Okay. So I guess at the premiere or something. That is so well done. Holy shit. Bruh. Monkey fursuits are hard. That's why not a lot of people make them. Holy fuck. Mascot suit. Holy shit. Bruh, dude, I want it. Holy shit. Fine as fuck. Oh. Violet found it. I cannot move it more.
Mauricio, I can't move it anymore. Mauricio.
Would any context make it better?
I don't think so. It's still... No, but like I can't move it anymore. Like that, I saw a gif. I think it's from the show where like he's just he's so sad. Oh wait, okay, no, it's not from the show. Okay, it's not from the show. It's fan made. Oh, that just.
Mauricio, I can't move it anymore. Mauricio.
Okay, I saw a gif of this. I legit thought it was from the show. Holy shit, that is so well made.
Mauricio,
He's so sad.
I can't move it anymore. Mauricio.
Holy shit, I can't move it. I love how he moves his head when he says that. Is a Mickey Mouse costume at Disney a fursuit?
Yes.
I mean, yeah. Holy shit.
Why wouldn't it be?
Because, like, I guess if we get very technical, it's like, well, he does have fur, doesn't it? Maybe, like, the face doesn't have fur, but yeah, well, botarga, we call it, like, mascot, like, suit thingy. But the King Julian one is so well made, it's straight up a fursuit. And an name also, yeah, I guess. I can't move it anymore, Mauricio. Holy shit. Mauricio.
Oh my god! So I'm right now seeing an ad for the Switch 2, where they're like, "We've added game chat to Switch 2," and it's all playing at like your face can be there, and then the it's like 12 frames a second. The game is running, and then you look down at your friends, and they're like, "I'm in a clip show." I'm like,
Yeah.
Julie V.
Julie V, sup, welcome, holy shit, welcome, everyone, how's it going? It is the monkey hours, let's go, hell yeah. It's literally Discord, but worse. Yeah, the fucking, like, 12 frames per second would make it so good.
It's perfect.
How y'all doing, bros? How's it going? This is Hunchumbat. I am a monkey. I like monkeys. I am in love with Wukong, of course. And still, someday I'm gonna finish Black Myth Wukong. Someday I'm gonna finish watching the Lego Monkey Kid show. Oh god, we actually found the whole series, and I'm very happy about that. But I have yet to watch it. Yay! How you doing? What were you streaming, Julie V? How you doing? Right now I'm just working on some commission work. So some of my OCs and the Mario Bros OC in the Mario Kart style, like cover. It's been very fun. Nah, how about you? We're doing pretty good. We're pretty tired, I gotta say. It's like it's the sleepy monkey hours, but I've been having a good beginning of the stream. How about you? How was your stream? Monkey. Oh yeah, we were just talking about King Julian and like how he cannot move it anymore. But I love that. I was looking at the comments, and one comment is like, well, at least he can still move his tail, so that means that whatever trauma he had is not like spinal, like forever, so maybe he needs to recover, but he will be able to walk in the future. And it's like, wow.
Other fucking scientists showing up in the comment section.
Yeah. Spinal injury.
It's like Reddit watches the show. Actually.
Yeah, exactly. Twitch just gave me an ad for $80 Mario Kart. Damn.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
That's going to be that. By the way, and here's the best part is that everyone's been like, "Oh my God, Nintendo raised the prices," and every other company just announced they're doing the same. I'm like,
woo.
So you're going to boycott them too, right? You're just not going to buy from any of them? Go on, do it.
Go on.
Do it. Go on then.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, the kick.
Ooh.
I managed to finish Epic Mickey. Oh, Reversion started playing the second episode of Lost Records, Bloom and Rachel. Ooh, hell yeah. I'm not familiar with the second one, but Epic Mickey, holy shit. That was a Wii game, wasn't it? Bruh, so long ago. I never played it, but it looks very cool. Oh, but yeah, to delight all of y'all who just came in. Check this out. Julian. Oh no, Mauricio.
Mauricio, I can't move it anymore. Mauricio.
So sad. Mauricio is so welcome in everyone. I love this meme. I lost it the first time I heard it. Like, goddamn. Mauricio. And also the fact that Mort, this tiny, like, adorable squirrel thing, like, has a body count and, like, he's, like, 3 times widowed or something. Like,
he's had, like, a dozen wives or something.
10 times widow, and they all died. Or something. Dang.
Mauricio. So Morris is the assistant to King Julian, I think, if I remember correctly.
So it's not the same
He like
little guy?
Mort is the little gremlin creature. Maurice, who he calls Mauricio, even though I think the character's name just Maurice
Mauricio.
is just yeah. Pretty much, he's the straight man in the comedy duo.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Maurice.
And King Julian is like strange, and then Mort is stranger.
Damn. Yeah, checks out. Me and my group of LGBTQ friends.
Oh yeah.
Those records is
I
a
heard that
game.
the
Ah, okay. Oh, that sounds fun.
mhm.
Life is Strange. Oh god, I just like very recently I saw that there was this Life is Strange like it's in the same world but it's different characters and like just like a kid that accidentally kills his dad, so they run to Mexico and there's a wall. There's like a giant like mural like the China wall thingy. and, and it looks like all epic and shit. It's like who are you? Why are you going to Mexico and shit? And I'm like, damn. You guys wish. Was it Life is Strange 2? Was it? I don't know. But it was not the story of the lesbians.
Yeah, let's the sequel came out, it is not doing that well.
Oh. I think I saw
I think it is like the
yeah.
You first.
Like I think I saw either Markiplier or Jacksepticeye play. I don't remember, but yeah, it was interesting. I would play it if I had the chance. I probably would have played it.
I did testing on Life is Strange. It was not my bag.
Oh, the first one.
Yep.
Ah. Buenos nachos. Hey, hello, Simon. Sup, sup.
Hola.
All I know about Life is Strange, the first game people liked and they hated. Now people don't like the cool girl with the beanie. She's toxic as all fuck. Like those two girls are toxic as all fuck. But I guess that's what makes them like. I guess at least personally, I liked the experience of the game. But if I were to meet any of those girls in real life, I'd be like, oh, fucking get out of here. Like I don't give a shit about you. But in the games, it's like they did a good job to be like, oh yeah, I care about them. Like I want them to be okay. You shit and shit.
A major part is the fact that they made a series of choices, and then they were like, choose your flavor of ice cream at the end. There are 2 flavors. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
They're like, all of your choices matter. What happens if you only have 2 choices? Then I could get a light switch and play this game. Clack, 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 clack. There was 3 flavors in Mass Effect, which was still disappointing because you ended up playing 3 games for 3 flavors.
3 players.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I think they had a very interesting idea. I know that for a lot of people they're like, oh, the characters are kind of like they're real. I'm like, I've had to work with people like these. I don't want to have them in my video game. They drive me insane.
Yeah, fair enough. It had an amazing concept because the story could have been better, yeah. Like, it could have been handled better, I guess, but like, for what it is, I think it's pretty cool. And the second one, like, is just, I don't know, like, it was not bad at all. But the whole wall thing and the whole like immigrants thing, that kind of thing.
Oh, the wall. You first.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Like it just felt odd, and I'm like, I know it's coming from a good intention or whatever, but I'm like, it is surreal. Can we not? That kind of thing.
Well, okay, and I think that's one of the best ways to put it is that number one, it you can and should in your art be inspired by things around you, but if you just try to put the thing directly in, it may not do well because one of the reasons why the world is so complex is not just because of what we see and experience, but because our brain interprets how we see and experience things. So if you try to explain the same concept to other people, they're going to be like, I don't understand. Why? Because their brain translates it differently. So this is one of the major like issues in like conception. If you are trying to make a statement about what you view as a universal thing, you may end up finding it may not be universal, or even weirder, it may be universal, but the amount you have to skew it to make it understandable to an outside audience is going to be wild.
Yeah.
Like there is the famous game Papers, Please. That actually does deal with immigration.
Yeah.
And a major part of it is that why did the game work at it? Because they didn't sit there being like, this is the opinion you should have. This is the, hey, you try to do the best you can, and if you fuck up, it can kill your family.
Bye-bye.
It made doing the right thing hard, which explained the situation becoming this panic, which made it better at conveying the image.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, almost every single concept of like, we're going to try to imagine the wall. It's like, have you guys ever actually seen what it takes to build a fucking wall anywhere? It actually takes a lot of resources and time, and that is always going to lead to hysterically weird situations. Like, if you've ever seen the Great Wall of China, where they show you all the, like, look at this mighty wall they put up against the Mongols. One, didn't work, but two, there are parts of the wall that are literally like, I could step on it. There, you could just see that there was like some guys like, we have to go up a fucking what? This is a mountain range. Fine, we finished the wall. What? It's a brick path, a raised brick path in certain areas.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And also, a lot of slave labor. Woo.
Yeah. They're the bones of the people that made that wall are inside the wall.
Yeah. It's like, why
They
can't
buried them in place.
Shit. They're like,
Yeah.
why can't we like build big things like the pyramids or whatever? And it's like, maybe it wouldn't be
Oh,
ethical.
Well, actually, that's one of the things is everyone's like, the slaves built the pyramids, and then we found out, no, it was a bunch of drunk farmers.
Huh. Interesting.
Oh, hey, Grand Theft Auto 6 got delayed. Surprise.
Hey, dear games. How y'all doing? So GTA
I am
what?
not
got
surprised.
delayed?
Grand Theft Auto 6, which is supposed to be the biggest game this year. Where is it? That's one of the things. Is like a good example of like how do you do messaging. The Grand Theft Auto series actually talks about a lot of stuff. Did you know that they were making fun of Facebook like a decade ago
Damn.
about the dangers of social media? They did that a while ago. They just wrapped it up in being like, that they were like, oh, we're totally not being serious. That you're like, oh, they are being serious.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bum, bum,
But an
bum,
interesting
bum.
thing was that it is now the most expensive game in video game history. An
Oh.
estimated $2 billion went into Grand Theft Auto 6.
Damn.
And the reason this is important. So they're going to have to try to make that money back.
Try.
And remember, I'm not sure if you knew this. It is an exclusive to the PlayStation 5 for at least a year.
Ah, well, good luck. Like,
And that's actually that's one of the things people are pointing out. Well, let me do it again, the math. The game they want to sell for at least $100 calculadora. So, if I remember, let me double check these things. If they want to sell it for $100, and some are saying that they're already trying to raise it to 120.
Dang.
Oh my God, Discord, please stop. There we go.
Dear Discord, please stop.
How many PS5s have been sold to date? Oh, power.
Oh.
We're having a power thing in this room. It's going here.
Oh shit.
Alright.
Thank you for the bananas. Nom 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 nom.
Okay. That is old news. Okay. Come on. Nope. Everything's like 2 years old. I could have sworn that they sold like 70 million of the things, but everything's like, here's the charts in 2023. I'm like, I'm not looking for that.
Oh.
I said to date.
Oh wow.
All right. Wow. Compute. Okay. Google. This is the one time I have any confidence in you, is when everything else failed. So
Hey Danny.
let's find out. All right. How many PS5s?
The song is so relaxing. It's my comfort music. That is not copyrighted. Asterix.
Mhm.
Oh gosh.
Okay, 75 million.
Nap too long and got non-draw done. Send me your draw energy. Alright, sending energy. Oh yeah, maybe this will help. A dab. Oh yeah, it's the dabbing hours.
All right. So they have to sell 20 million units to break even. That is almost, not quite, but almost 1 in 3 people on the PS5 have to buy it to break even.
Damn. So like no profit, just even.
Exactly.
Bruh.
And so that's the thing is, now on the one hand, I think that there are very few games that could actually pull this off, and I think it is going to pull it off. But think about the rest of the industry is about to have an extinction event around this, because this game is about to eat all the oxygen there is
Oof.
around people's gaming budgets.
Yeah.
So I am not looking forward to this, because what is effectively going to happen is any game that comes out in the same quarter and maybe even the same half year as that game is dead.
Oh. Yeah.
At the same time, if they don't make the money back, the largest loss in history is possible. We've already this year had back-to-back the largest losses in video game history.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
The game that breathes air. Hey, thanks so much for the bits, Pat. Hell yeah. This is my life. This is my health. Straight took a journey to the poison well. Hell yeah.
Yep.
I like
That was
how
that
it
song they were
runs.
talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
But
rhymes.
yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens, because I don't know. Maybe I'm just like being too cautious, but I'm like, I honestly, it'll be fascinating to see how long it takes for them to get out of the exclusivity period.
Hmm.
If the exclusivity period is less than a year, was it even an exclusivity period?
Yeah.
And yeah, because Sony had the largest loss in video game history with Concord just this last year. They lost $399 million.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. And that is like a good. That's based on our best estimates. They may have lost more, but we can't find more information because they're hiding it.
Yeah. I wonder why.
Yeah. The other thing that'll be interesting is that, do you know much about the people that make Grand Theft Auto or anything or not?
No, not at all.
Okay. So, I'm not talking about Rockstar. I'm talking about their publisher because this is actually a very important part of the little story.
Mm-hmm.
Grand Theft. Blah 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 blah. There it is. Publisher. Wait, they're publishing it themselves? No, this is for the wrong one. Okay.
That says Take Two Interactive?
Yes, that's what I was double checking. Thank you. Alright, yeah, Take Two Interactive is very interesting.
Interactive.
Take Two. So, they are a major publisher, but they only publish a small number of games these days. So, they are notable for the following series: BioShock, which hasn't had a game in a decade; Borderlands, which will be getting a game this year. There's actually some worry that Borderlands and Grand Theft Auto could eat each other's lunch by accident. There is Civilization, which just put out a new game, and it is being panned. It's not selling too well. They have Grand Theft Auto. That's their biggest one. Besides NBA 2K. Their major things that they publish besides Grand Theft Auto that have been successful is basketball, golf, and wrestling. They make a couple other series. Mafia, which hasn't had a game in about 5 years now. They've made Max Payne, which hasn't had a game in a decade now. They've made Red Dead, which they're closing down the multiplayer. And XCOM, which hasn't had a new game in 5 years. So 2K's portfolio is 3 sports, Civilization, and Grand Theft Auto.
Dang.
Everything else is kind of dragging.
Drag hell.
So
Drag race.
So what is happening right now, they are not just putting the entire company, they're putting the entire publisher. They're betting the whole farm on this.
Damn, go fucking luck.
For this to at minimum not become like the slow death of the entire publisher, it has to sell 20 million copies to make its money back. And then it has to, they hope, sell another 20, 30, 40 million to make the money back, which is possible. But I'm just worried that it is going to be. I'm just in my head worried that this game in itself is going to end up hollowing out that publisher and everything around it. It's like in a cartoon when somebody drops a sponge into the pool and then suddenly all the water's gone.
Yeah, Simpson did.
That's what this feels like is going to happen.
Damn. So Welcomer's talking about BioShock?
BioShock. I really liked BioShock 1. I've heard really good things about BioShock 2. And I will be the unpopular person to say I really did not like BioShock Infinite, which was the third one. And what effectively happened was, remember how I was talking about something too big and that it kills everything around it?
Mm-hmm.
BioShock did that to the entire Australian game industry.
Oh.
So from the end of BioShock Infinite until Cult of the Lamb, they pretty much lost all major development in Australia. Why? So what happened is, so they made the game, and it was so big they had to chop it into 3 pieces. So I really don't like it when a game is like, oh fuck, we couldn't pull off the ending. Quick, buy the DLC so we can make the good ending. I'm like, I'm already crossing my arms and shaking my head, going, no, don't like this.
Yeah.
But where this got a little bit fucky wucky. So, the person that made the game is famous for making a lot of very large games and ever getting bigger.
Oof.
And by the way, he wasn't just developing in Australia, he was developing a couple other areas too. But one of the reasons why the Australia part is so important to this is because Australia's entire thing, so there are Irrational Games and 2K Australia. Irrational Games, up until he was making this game, was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And so when they published this game and they weren't able to complete it, a lot of the initial thoughts was, oh, it's because 2K was like not giving them the money. Then it turned out, no, 2K was like, here's the money, where's the game? And they would be like, we added 3 things to it. Okay. Do you need more money? Yeah. Okay, here's the money. Where's the game? And yeah. So by the time the first one came out, the first part of BioShock Infinite came out, it was overpriced. It was over budget horrendously. And so what they had to do was they closed down the Australian game and pretty much put the second half of the game. They're like, okay, we're taking the second half of the game, we're cutting it in half. That part's gone. We're cutting it in half again. It is now 2 DLCs.
Oh, great.
And it was so, like I said, this went from, this literally took out, if I remember correctly, in just sheer numbers, the layoff of all the people from the Australian studio pretty much laid off about 10% of all game development in Australia.
Oh gosh.
And when that happened, it was a complete collapse of development in Australia because they had already been losing a bunch of stuff, and this crashed it. Meanwhile, they had to move everything over to their studio near Boston, Massachusetts. That also crashed.
Ooh.
2 years later.
Damn.
The reason why I will always be kind of... So the guy that was in charge, his name was Ken Levine. He took a studio that had 200 people, and then he fired all but about 15 of them, saying he wanted to make smaller games. The reason I will always be kind of like, I'm watching you, Levine, I'm not happy with you. So what happened was, the people that were in the studio from 2K Boston, 2K Australia was fucked. They were just out of work. Boston tried to make another project. And it was pretty much like they were, I will always remember, it was like you could see through your hand. You had a ring in your hand as a glove, and you would use it to like interact with the environment. It looked really interesting. And the entire time, Levine just kept on being like, oh, this is interesting. And they were like, please, can you like help us, sell this game so we could make it? And he kept on being like, So what happened was effectively, Levine kind of was like, I want to make smaller games. And then the smaller game appears that he said he wants to make, but it's made by his former employees, and it never got off the ground. He just never helped it. There was no oxygen for it. Everything was closing around them.
Damn.
And now he's making a new game. It's called Judas. And Okay. You in Judas can like dislike somebody until they die. It's like as if imagine that Facebook memes about someone disliked my Facebook page and so I die meme. He's trying to make that. He's trying to make it serious.
Oh no! Is it Death Note and
So
Facebook made each other?
y- you, if you've seen this, I've seen parts of it. I'm like, I am incredibly skeptical on this
Oh no.
because this is BioShock without most of the writers. This is he's like social media is bad. I'm like, of course it is, Levine. That was true 5 years ago when you announced this piece of shit. When's it coming out? We know this. And so like right now it's like it feels like 2016 the game. It's like cancel culture is bad. Social media is bad. I'm like, oh, we know this, Levine. Come on.
It's like, yeah, what's new?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, and so what's happening right now is that because he didn't help that other project, and I think it was called like the Minotaur or something. It was something. It's lost. It's gone. But what happened was a lot of the talent that he would have had in Boston, they all left. So what he's pretty much done is cobbled back together a team of people that aren't as experienced.
Mm.
He let the project that could have kept his studio alive die. And now he's trying to do it all over again from scratch, but with worse things. And I'm like, oh. Yeah, he's making the Cars 3 of video games. Yeah, and that's the thing. Cars 3 isn't a bad movie, but it's not a really good movie either. And if you've read about like how much trouble they had to make Cars 3, it didn't go well. What? But yeah, so
Cars 3. Goddamn.
where is it? Yeah, so he's now running a company called Ghost Story. Ghost Story was made out of the remains of his last studio. Yeah, he kept 15 out of a team of 80 people, and the other studio that he had closed down was nearly 100 people in Australia.
All right,
And they're now
Eepy.
making this.
Thank you so much for the lore. Can you have a delicious dinner? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Delicioso. Also, there's a banana in the cover. I wanna add it. Hell yeah.
Oh my god. So, okay. Are you ready for the plot of Judas?
Sure.
Okay, and the reason why I am rolling my eyes is because it's like, if you know anything about history, this is word salad. He's just taking different terms from like history and he's throwing them down, and I'm like, you did not earn this.
Damn.
Okay. Judas takes place on the Mayflower, a generational ship traveling through space carrying the last remnants of humanity to Proxima Centauri. All right, it's called the Mayflower. Do you know what that is?
No.
It is the ship that brought over the English pilgrims to the eastern modern United States.
Ooh.
You might as well have labeled this the Christopher Columbus. So he's already been like, this ship, which is named the exact name ship that the Puritans were on.
Oh no.
So already I'm like, okay. The ship is run by 3 individuals. Tom, just Tom, who wishes to preserve humanity in its original form. Nefertiti, his Nobel Prize-winning wife, who wishes to transform humanity into a race of robots free of fall. Nefertiti is a famous Egyptian queen.
Mm-hmm. Titi.
I like how that's the part you notice. Nefertiti is a very famous queen from history. That would be as if I was like, yes, we have Bill, Alexander the Great, and John, and their adopted daughter Hope, who wishes to delete herself from existence.
Wow.
So this is our crew. Bob, his wife, Caesar Augustus, and Hope, who wishes to die. So I'm already like, all right.
The name is Hope and they wish to die.
Yeah, this is...
Wow.
All right, where was I? Oh, yeah. All right, are you ready for the somebody saw the Matrix and thought it was deep? Computers control the entire society, including grooming human residents to be model citizens and report those that deviate from expected behavior.
Oh.
It's all algorithm.
Oh.
The game's main character, Judas, has been able to break free of that direction. Her actions leading to a revolution aboard the Mayflower.
The fuck?
Who named their kid Judas?
Oh shit.
Yes, my daughter, Jack the Ripper. Oh my god. So the reason why this is upsetting to me is that he's already made this story 3 times now.
Wow.
So in BioShock 1, he puts a character named Andrew Ryan based off of Ayn Rand, who was a person that was like, greed is good, blah, 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 blah. So he already made a game about breaking free of the system and how systems are bad. Then he made BioShock 2, where you are trying to help, like, free these, like, imprisoned children from a lady that's running a religious, like, communist cult about breaking the system.
Ooh.
And then in BioShock Infinite, you're this guy named Booker DeWitt, and you go into the clouds to find and rescue another girl to break the system. Are you seeing this pattern here?
Yeah.
This guy keeps writing over and over again about, like, society bad, save the girl. It's now 3 on 3, and he's about to be like, I've already done the hat trick. I don't know what the fuck happens after the 3rd.
Damn.
And it's so bothering. Yeah. It's like, you can't be more on the nose than, like, I will name them after the great betrayer in a major religion. You might as well be like, I have this chill guy that gives out good advice. His name is fucking Buddha.
Yeah.
Just God help me. Lord, I'm so tired. That's the problem, though, Prickle, is that this eventually killed his last studio.
Oof. Yeah.
I think he's going to do it again. He's doing the fucking goofy. I'll do it again.
Do it again.
Ah. Just
You're
it's
so
so
bothered.
frustrating. I am, because, like, there are so many people with the most creative stories, but the problem is when you have a studio that is currently trying to risk $2 billion on one game, they are going to make every other thing as safe as possible. And this isn't just one studio. Right now, the people that made the original Crash Bandicoot, that made The Last of Us, they've been so badly run, they began to recruit former Disney talent because they found the only company that was meaner and more burnout of their people was Disney. So it was a step up.
Bruh.
Yep. These takes are unique. Yes. That's the thing. I'm going to be the first to say, Maple, and also hello, Maple.
Hey, Maple,
I
what's
don't
up?
want this. I don't want this to be bad. But every single red flag is off in my head. And a major thing that's happening right now for me is just, I think Levine can make really good games. I know he can make good games. I love some of his work. But one thing that had came out from the last Crash was, as one person put it, Levine is a visionary that without a handler can completely just go off. It can allow him to make some amazing things, but at the same time, the scope has killed 2 studios. And I'm worried. I'm scared. I want to be wrong. I really want to be wrong. But you've heard some of my takes before, and quite more than I wish came true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Video games, here to have fun. Supposedly.
There's so many fun games out there. Oh my god, what was it? There was a new game I saw that I'm like, this looks beautiful. What was? Oh my god, damn it. Okay, I have it somewhere. Ah. All right. Blah 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 blah. Wish list. Blah, 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 blah. Red Delusion. Have you looked at Dread Delusion?
No.
It is fucking weird. Imagine if you're playing Morrowind, but you're on a floating world that, because of an undead outbreak on the surface, everyone tried to go to the sky. And unfortunately, they kind of have been fucking it up ever since.
Ew.
I've been playing recently The Outer Worlds, which deals with the idea of a broken system. And they specifically, very well, put in how the system broke. They didn't just say system bad. They said why it was bad, how it broke.
Nice.
That's huge. I was so, I think that's also another part. I was so ready for BioShock Infinite. And the game they advertised at first was not the game that eventually came out. After reading what happened in it,
Yeah.
I now know a lot of the reasons why that game never came to be. But that was the thing. If a developer promises me the world and then they don't do it, it makes me very cautious about every other thing they're going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, my takes are being unique, but I've also been around the block enough times to know that something's worrying me.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that's the thing. This could all be fixed. A good example is I really did not like Deltarune Chapter 1. And they fixed it, all of it. All of my critiques were fixed by Chapter 2.
Yeah. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies.
Let me send you Dread Delusion, honey. The art style, it's blocky as fuck, but it is interesting. I'm gonna send it to the tour
Sure.
section. There we go.
Dread. Also, not dreads as in hair dreads.
No, as in dread, to have fear.
What's that?
What my heart is filled with, oftentimes. Dread is a form of fear, of a sinking feeling that things are going to get worse.
Nice. Looks like the nether.
Yeah. And that's kind of one of the things. It is a world where the dread is the question of, are you going to be able to fix this? You don't know. You know things can get worse, but can you fix such a broken place?
Yeah, I love the retro style.
Yeah. Also, that was one of the things is like some really talented people went into this game. Let me see if I can find more on it. Yeah, the art style is great, but one of the reasons I love the art style, by making it so much simpler in art style, like a PS2 game, they have been able to, with a small team, make a massive game. One of my biggest fears about Judas has not been just like, okay, I may not like the story, but maybe it's going to be great because, you can take a generic story and make a great story. If you the graphics though, the graphics are incredible, and that's the problem. Almost every single game that has had a recent major crash that's killed off studios, a major thing they're pointing to is the graphics.
Again, it goes back to the I want shorter games with worse graphics that get paid more or something. And it's like, yeah.
I want worse graphics in a smaller game where the devs are paid more.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's like, yeah, sure, let's go.
Yeah, and where is it? And then go here, so.
Wait, I heard a bonk. Where'd that come from?
I don't know. What was it? Okay. Where was that thing? Okay.
Fucking. Everyone can hear the air on my mic because there's a lot of wind.
Oh yeah.
Mizu, sup, welcome. Juega Elena Dream Barbecue. I will. I can't fucking wait. I mean, okay, first week I waited because I didn't want to people to have to get spoiled if they wanted to play themselves, but it's been long enough and I'm definitely gonna play it. Maybe not tomorrow, But I'll see. I'll see if next week I can totally play it. But I've been wanting to. I already have it. It's already on my Steam. Where's my Steam? Like games to play in a Dream Barbecue. By the way, for those who are not familiar, this is a game by the indie developers that also brought to you Ena, the indie series on YouTube, and Mizu has been working on it too. So. Yeah, holy shit, I'm quite fucking excited. I saw the Sorpello played it too recently, so... Lo tiene, yeah, here it is. So, just to show you that there's my intention is right there. It's just I haven't had the chance, and I am so sorry. Play it, I will play it. Just I have a lot of work to do. I'm sorry, but I will play it. I promise. Oh my god! When I play it, I'll let you guys know, and I'll just be happy to just see you. Like you guys will see me struggle in a game that probably like you can't even die or something. Can you die in Dream Barbecue? Good question.
I don't know.
But like you're
that
familiar with the style, right?
series is always. Like, I'm aware of the style. It's not really my thing.
Yeah, that's understandable. It's very artsy, like not only the Picasso style, but also like very like retro, spooky, like computer stuff. I love it.
Well, it's more that like the characters will be like, I'm going to say something, and then another person says a non sequitur, and I'm like, I know that this is supposed to be kind of confusing on purpose, but it's just kind of infuriating.
But like in sequitur, was that?
So, like, how the things do not follow kind of a standard order, and that's a major part of the aesthetic.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a chaotic world that doesn't entirely make sense.
Surreal.
And
that's
as
the
I've
word.
said many,
Yeah,
I really don't like surrealism.
No, that's fine. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
Like, can't, like, as much as we love Dali and stuff, like, he was fucking crazy, and also, but it's fucking awesome. At least I consider it was pretty awesome.
Well, like, but that's the thing, is like, I remember we were at the Dali Museum, and they showed this animation that never got completed.
Yeah.
But you could tell the story. So, I think this is one of those things. Surrealism done well is amazing, but it is very difficult to do. It is like trying to do glass sculpture. If you do it well, it looks great. If you do it bad at all, it breaks.
I guess so. At least I consider that the Ena, like, chaotic energies, like, is just the right amount. Like, there is a lot of nonsense and stuff, but, like, not to the point that it's like, okay, I don't care kind of thing.
Yeah.
At least to me, but yeah, that's also valid. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Have a lot of references. The game seems complicated, but it's pretty simple. I swear, I think people have more meaning that the game have. Yeah, no, I'm sure. There's like a lot to dive in. Yeah.
Well, that's also how I read that is that people are making these larger interpretations when the game actually may be itself not as complicated as people are saying it is.
I guess that's partially the fun of creating stuff, too.
Yeah. I think that's one of the reasons why I get them so upset with surrealism is that there is sometimes when it's just like they wanted to make this cool thing and it looks cool, and then someone just leans over and goes, well, actually, you see, it means, I'm like, maybe it didn't. Maybe it didn't mean anything. Sometimes the answer is there isn't an answer.
Yeah, that's valid. But, at least, like, it is fun, at least to me, to try to find a meaning. And also, like, from my... I've been going to therapy for the past 11-ish years. Like, my therapist never tells me, like, if he shows me something and it's like, what do you think, or like, what do you think this means or anything, he never tells me what it's supposed to mean or whatever. He just wants to see my perspective, and I think that's what makes something, well, surrealism fun. And but I understand, like it's not for you. That's totally understandable. I'm not gonna force you to play it either, so no worries.
Yeah.
But it's totally like I like, what is it? Like I'm working on an animation. It's gonna be, I don't know when it's gonna finish it, but it's like much. It's around this, about this style of Seeds too, but it's a music video for a song that I made. And it's like, well, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, it has, well, it's not so realistic. It is something silly, not silly, like something supernatural happening, but it can be tied to mental health, or like wanting to say something but you can't, or stuff like that. But like, what I find fun is to, like, whenever that comes out, people make their assumptions. It's like, oh, this means this, or something. And like, it does have a meaning in my brain, but sometimes someone can come in and be like, oh, I think it means this other thing. And I'm like, I have not thought of that. Like, it's art is subjective, but I understand too. Like, I had a teacher that, like, he was a maths teacher, but he said he was so upset by art, just in general. He didn't like art in general, like cartoons or movies, paintings and stuff. Because it's like, well, art is subjective, maths are maths, kind of thing. Maths is maths, kind of thing. Like, yeah. Like maths, you can be wrong or right, but in art, you cannot be wrong or right. And like, that's up to each person too. Yeah.
Have you heard about the idea, in truth, in modernism versus postmodernism versus neo-modernism?
No.
So, modernism was a school of thought that is from the 1800s and lasted until World War II, although some say that it began to start to die in World War I. And that is, the work put into something is its worth. So, if you work hard at something, it is worth something, period, in modernism. And this idea is still held on by many, many people. And they will often be like, postmodernism is just bad because if you work hard at making a car, it's a good car. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
In postmodernism, the worth of something, the truth of something is implied by the individual.
Yeah.
Something can be worth a lot to somebody and worth less to somebody else, depending on how they view it.
Yeah.
Then there is neo-modernism. Neo-modernism doesn't really, that is the current name given to it, because we don't really have an idea. Because postmodernism began at around World War II, when just nothing made sense, and everyone's like, what is life worth? I don't know.
Yeah.
But the new version of modernism, neo-modernism, began to appear pretty much around the 2010s. And it was the idea that to a modernist, the worth of something is how much work went into it. To a postmodernist, the worth of something is judged by the person viewing it. But in neo-modernism is the argument that our version of worth is not just by ourselves. It is by how we learned what worth is. We are now questioning the system of worth.
Yeah. Okay. But...
And I think that is kind of important in this. Surrealism is infuriating to the modernists because it doesn't make any sense, but it has a lot put into it.
Yeah.
To a postmodernist, surrealism can make a lot of sense as long as they themselves value it, which means it can oftentimes be just dismissed no matter what. So no matter how good or bad it is, it can be dismissed by the individual.
Yeah.
In neo-modernism, the reason it's important is because we collectively believe it's important. Why was this I always forget the something barbecue.
Dream
Why
barbecue.
was it?
Yeah.
Why was Nina popular? Was it because of the art put into it? Because a lot of work went into it.
Yeah.
Was it because it appeals to the individual? Or was it because a community of artists saw these things and said, this is art to us, and thus gave it value?
That is a good question. Like, when you
Yeah.
think about like the traditional like indie project that gets popular, you think, well,
Mhm.
I think of Hasbin Hotel. Like it has uh like it is not surrealism. It is a story. It goes against many rules and stuff. Like, let's say it's like the person, what is it called, it's like the rebel teenager kind of thing. And like, yeah, I get it. Like, it's not my cup of tea, but I totally get it. But Ina is so, I don't know how to explain it, but it goes against the flow on purpose, and that's why I'm pretty sure that's why it got so big, because also it's very iconic design wise. Like, I adore the Ina's design, and like how like it changes, like also that too, like when it comes to interpretation, like she changes colors, she changes like sometimes when she's very stressed, like her body parts are like moving around all over the place kind of thing. Like there's so much like freedom to play with that. And like but like, if you told me that if I had seen this show, I would be like, oh hell yeah, that was super cool. But would I think that it would get big or something? It's like, I don't know, because probably not, because it's not like what the public usually likes. However, I was very
But
wrong.
that's the thing.
It was fucking
The
great.
reason, okay, my explanation for why it got big, having seen some of it, I don't, I myself don't really like it, but I can understand it came out of Newgrounds, a group of creators that want to be able to express themselves with very little restriction.
Okay, yeah.
This Ina could never be made by a corporation because corporations would want to have some form of either product attached to it or control attached to it. The character is constantly changing. The story is constantly changing. How much the personality and the goals of the character can change episode to episode.
Oh yeah.
This would be very hard to convey to a general audience, but to a group of artists who value the expression and find, at the very least, an appreciation to its art forms. It would be understandable why this group said, oh, this is really good. And again, this is, so according to a neo-modernist, because a group of choice makers, people that are considered by the community good artists, came forward and said, I like this, everyone gave it a shot.
Okay.
And when you give something a shot on someone else's word, you are already having a better, more like understanding, more patient view towards the thing.
So like the fact that it was supported by a very big community already, like it helped it get the
Yes.
push. I'm not saying that like, oh, it only got famous because it's made by famous people. No, pretty much it's just
Yeah.
like, it's a little push
In-
and something that's worth it. It's gonna get big by itself,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So it's
Yeah, and that's one of the things. One of the major critiques of postmodernism is the celebrity effect of things. By having a celebrity show up and say, I like this thing, and it becoming popular, that makes a major hole in in postmodern. I wish they would come up with a different fucking name.
Oh
It's
god.
modernism, postmodernism, neo-modernism. I'm like, philosophy. But so, postmodernism does not have an explanation for the celebrity effect. It is modernism is all about the movie is good because of how much work they put into it, which would
Yeah.
make Cats the best movie ever.
Oh no.
Because how much work went into that is insane, but it wasn't good. But postmodernism, postmodernism is like, oh, well, it's good because you valued it. But everyone rejected it because a lot of people looked online, saw what other people that they respect are saying, and they're like, this guy, I've seen their takes. I like their takes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to agree with it. I'm going to take a stance that is at least similar. They may change their mind over time, but their first reaction is going to be a bit more preformed. In neo-modernism, we have a mechanism to explain it. Eva, is it Eva? I keep
Ina.
forgetting the name.
Ina.
Ina. Ina is an artistic work. So a group of artists looked at it and said, I like this thing for blank. And they, in turn, were able to create a large number of people that were not artists to look at it as well.
Yeah, Mizuo explains, it was made by someone that's always feels limited by the quote-unquote things that make you famous. Exactly. So he wanted to create something that shows his freedom, tells story with his freedom. And like if someone told me like, okay, we're gonna fund like whatever you want, like whatever in the hell you want, that there's no limits, there's no censors or anything, like I wouldn't be able to come up with something surrealistic like Ina, because like it does require, like it's not just like oh, this thing looks funny, just add it. Well, maybe some, I don't know, but like it has like within the chaos, it has like an order. Like in the world makes sense within its own world, kind of thing.
It makes sense to the people inside the system, which gives it a reality.
Yeah, exactly. So like I would never be able to create something like that. So like yeah, like you said, respect from people that have a lot of influence and stuff, and also I guess the freedom that the artist was like, you know what, like fuck everything that's popular, I'm gonna make something. Because this artist, Joel, he's done other series that are like that also get popular and stuff, but like they tend to be like pretty girls, for example. Like one of them I totally I loved it. What's the name? Hands Up? Was it? Hands Up? Let me find it. It is very fucking cool. The animation is beautiful. The characters are adorable. But it is like you can tell that it was made with the with the intention of it being seen. Let's see. Hands Up. Joel. I know he's done more stuff, but I can't remember from the top of my head. Okay, I'm pretty sure this song is not copyrighted, so I'm just gonna put it here. Yes, Hands Up, exactly.
If I remember, it's a bit bloody, isn't it?
No, that one was another one. That was by what's the name? Oh no, wait. Oh, damn it. Yeah, I sent you the wrong thing. No, the one you may be thinking is the one with the monkey, Serpello monkeys. No, this one is like completely like different. It's just
okay.
It's just I am obsessed with this. It's called First Date or The Perfect Date. Don't look, kids. Hell yeah, the British ones.
Can't you eat like any other normal being in the universe? Get up! Leave me alone! I don't stare at your ugly ass when you're eating!
God, so cute. And like to think that Aina came out like from this same mind, like it's just like it's just insane. Like it's so different, so like nothing to do with it. But I mean the style, well, it's still cartoony, it's still like colorful and stuff. But like you know that this was, the characters are designed a certain way, the colors are designed a certain way. Like you know this is gonna get It could be an Ina episode. Hell yeah. How I feel about pizza. Yeah. But the fact that the artist was able to let loose and it's like, you know what, I'm not gonna be chained by what's popular, by what's appealing. Exactly, appealing. That's the word. Because you cannot say in. Well, I guess there's a lot of people probably saying "hear me out" about Ina, but thank you for the bunk, thank you. But she's not this girl. This girl is just exactly in that frame. Like she was designed to be cute, kind of thing, like to be appealing, and that's just very something I admire a lot. But no, the other animation I told you that I was showing you and Griffin, that was by Marco Cardenas. So he, I'm pretty sure he also worked in Ina, funny enough. Marco Cardenas.
Question.
Like this guy.
Where is the person that made Ina from?
Chile? Where is Joel from, Mizu? I'm not sure. I think from Chile. There are 3 scripts of the next Hands Up episode, and each episode gets more bizarre and surreal. Hell yeah! Even that, the fact that now we know Ina made it big, so now they're like, hell yeah, let's make it, let's go all out with the Hands Up. So pero, yeah, my bad.
What I'm saying though is what is interesting is that Ina. A lot of people that involved with it seem to be from the Latin world.
Yeah, Mizu too. Mizu's Mexican.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Entire episode of Hands Up. Oh, by himself? Holy shit. Oh, dude. Marco is a beast because he also there was this one scene that was kind of cursed in the Spooky Month the episode with Bob Belzeb. And ended up being all made by Marco, also the same artist, the same animator. And it came out amazingly. It's like, oh, dude, this guy is some fucking magic. Just everyone from that group of artists. Everyone's just so good. Episode 5, yes. Holy shit! And I just love how dynamic the art is, and they can adapt to different styles too. That's huge. That's huge in the animation world.
Okay, because the connections that I'm making, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm looking at this as an outsider. Latin American humor is oftentimes a combination of surreal and grounded. And the thing I think of, oh my god, I forgot I'm terrible with names. The kid that lives in a barrel. He's the most popular comedy on the damn planet.
El Chavo. Yeah.
El Chavo. It is an orphan child that lives in a barrel. Every single episode is a morality play, but until the moral ending, they constantly play with your expectations. This is something I've been noticing more and more about, again, Latin comedy is, at the end they're going to have okay, this was the right thing to do, kind of, everyone, kind of have this comedy thing. But until that moment happens, the comedy is about constantly taking your expectation and just yanking it aside.
I had not thought. Yeah, again, I had not thought of it that way. To me, to me, it would be I guess quote unquote normal, but it's not that's right. A French comedy too is very different from a Mexican comedy. That too, I find that fascinating.
Yeah, I've said before, a French comedy is a British tragedy.
Yeah, a British. That's surreal.
Because that's fascinating to me. Because so to put it into comparison. All right, I'm not the most up to date on what is comedy, but I do remember there was a period of time when a single show took over the entirety of Cartoon Network. That show was Teen Titans Go.
Oh, Teen Titans, that's right.
Have you ever seen the comedy from that show?
I don't think I ever like sat down and watched a whole episode, but the
It's-
comedy is very like against your expectations kind of thing.
It's like scrolling through TikTok.
Oh,
You are
yeah.
constantly getting a different writer every few minutes. So that's the thing is, I won't say that all the comedy is bad. They've actually done some pretty decent bits. The problem is nothing feels connected.
Mm.
So that's the thing that I find interesting. American comedy has largely begun to be very referential and very much like, I switch to this, I make this joke. I switch to that, I make that joke. It's like The Simpsons. The Simpsons is like a series of jokes that each scene is a different writer having a sketch. Whereas like watching the comedy in El Chavo, the few that I've seen, you feel as if there is one writer that is just constantly messing with you.
Yeah.
And he knows that at the end of the day, he has to make, okay, we have to have the message of the good thing happens. But until that happens, El Chavo will be like, I'm going to tell them the truth. And then he'll tell the truth. And it leads to like a misdirection, a miscommunication. And the entire episode is about the character doing the quote unquote right thing, it all going wrong, but working out in the end. Whereas American comedies feel like, by the time you've gotten to the episode, you've watched 3 or 4 different shows.
Ah.
Maybe this is why surrealism is so annoying to me. Not because it's bad, but because I've seen the worst form of it way too many times that at this point I'm just shy of it.
I mean, no, that.
If you have, as I have, been attacked by a small dog, it doesn't matter how much every small dog is having people being like, oh no, they're really nice. You're scared of them.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Huh, so I had not thought of that. The whole like where the comedy, like the writer of that comedy comes from, kind of thing. And like again, El Chavo, for example, like it's sad because it's an orphan kid, no parents, no money. Like the part of the joke gags, part of the gags is like the rich kid that is his best friend, like. He's like, oh, do you want a sandwich? He's holding like a sandwich, torta de jamón, like holding like a sandwich. Like, oh, you want some? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, well, get your own, or like throws it on the floor, starts stepping on it. Hey, there you go, kind of thing. Like it's like, why is that funny? That's so mean, and yet, like it's maybe it's not the kind of thing everyone would find funny, but to us, it just makes sense, I guess, like kind of thing. Oh, dude, just I love humanity. Yeah.
I think that's the thing, is that at least American comedy is generally at this point largely run by a small group of people in a small group of places. You pretty much have studios in Los Angeles and you have studios in New York. Their group of writers and their group of contractors make everything. Mm-hmm. Whereas the art community throughout Latin America is so many different groups, so many different individuals that are making smaller projects, but those smaller projects are each more unique to each one of them. And hello, Teeny.
Teeny, what's up? Welcome. How you doing, friend?
This was interesting because I was like talking to somebody about the BBC. And I remember we were talking to our friend Griffin, who had definitely some thoughts on the BBC. But, we're doing all right. We're both very tired for different reasons.
Tired Eepy hours, the Eepy monkey hours. How about you?
Yep. Yeah. Oh, and Teeny, did you ever look into marathon at all? But the thing that I found interesting is that... Oh, what did you think of it? I've been hearing all kinds of different opinions on it. There seems to be no consensus on what people think of it. It is made by Bungie, yes. It is based upon their property, before they were bought by Microsoft, they actually made a series of properties primarily on Apple computers, and it's like it's very different, and yet you can see hints of everything that they made, especially with Destiny coming out in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you gonna say, Dini? Yeah.
But yeah, Danny Prickle earlier said that oh, that person that like only likes maths kind of thing, probably not a fun person to hang around with. And it's like, then it's okay. That's a good point. But I do remember that teacher being like one of the fun teachers, like the ones that like you think of math is like ugh, like, but a good teacher is gonna make it like appealing and interesting and stuff, makes you want to learn kind of thing. And he was that kind of teacher. But again, well, I never like fraternized with him outside of class, so I really don't know how he was. But as a teacher, he was like pretty fun, I must say. So like maybe like if me an artist and him a very like strict like maths teacher, maybe yeah, like if we had met in different circumstances, maybe I wouldn't think of him the same way. But it's I find it interesting that yeah, maybe we don't have things to talk about. Maybe we have like very different opinions on many things, but we can still get along and stuff. Like you and I, Carl, like we have very different opinions on very different things, and yet, but we also have a lot of things in common. So I guess like it's not the same. But yeah, well, people are complex. Yeah. Posted 2 whips of fine art. Oh, don't mind if I do.
They're really good.
Oh, don't mind if I do. The first thing I see, I can't move it anymore. Oh shit! Oh, let's go! Yes, I remember this one. Oh, you're doing the digital version. Let's fucking go! Ooh, GR, hell yeah! Diablito! Oh shit, that's so good! Holy fuck! The angry rock and the ball. Holy shit. But the other one, I love this. It's so angry. Oh wait, so this is Hoon like on the spider butt, and then on the other end there's Monkey as well. Oh, this is also Hoon, yeah. King Hoon Chuan, let's fucking go. That's so cool. Monkey spider, hell yeah. Oh, that is so cool. Let's go. Also, like this spider web, like it looks so clean and nice. Holy shit. Good job, dude. Let's go. These are really good. Yes, they are. Hell yeah. Ah, dude, thank you so much. This little lad by Vilava. So good, too. Yeah. Very hyped. Very hyped to see these ones. Hell yeah. Thank you, Juan, for thank you. To the pile of amazing art. Yeah.
Yeah. To what Tini said, Bungie is really good at making games with a lot of lore and fun characters that people will love. However, since all the money again in Game of Destiny, I hope they make something fun and go back to the old times with Halo and Destiny 1 with some fans community. I really hope that too, Tini. I just fear that at this point, the Bungie that's standing here now has none of those people that made those other games.
Yeah.
I guess that's one of my things that I was talking about, like with earlier, my thoughts on like this is what I think, like Ken Levine, an incredibly artistic, like talented person. I'm not sitting there being like, he is a bad man, I should never like him. I'm like, I think when you give him a large project, he has a problem.
Aww.
And I think in a similar situation, the industry has poisoned itself, I feel. And I think that we see this in multiple fronts. I also am a person that if I'm going to have a wild take, this is going to be my wildest take of today.
Oh,
I think that in 10 years, in 20 years, we will not see as large of games as we are seeing right now. I think the era of the massive super triple quadruple A game may not be lasting too much longer.
oh,
I'm not saying that there will never be large games, but I'm thinking they're going to become more and more rare because the losses are compounding now. But also, yeah, like a major problem for Bungie. They signed a contract with Sony that said if they didn't make over a certain amount of money, that Sony would take over. So what they did was you should always read your contract before you give them to somebody. You, the devil, can give somebody a bad contract and then you get screwed out of it.
yeah.
So what happened was Bungie was given a contract that said if you don't make enough money, you don't get your big CEO bonus. So Bungie was like, we have to make the money no matter how. So the leadership at Bungie, taking a bad situation that were given to by Sony, made it worse by just firing everybody. Because if you fire everybody, nothing's but profit, right? And Sony's like, what? We spent $4 billion on you guys, and then you burned it down? And they're like, yeah. You didn't say how we had to make the money. Yep. And that's the thing, is like, what I am looking at is not, I'm not saying gaming is dead. I think there will always be video games.
Yeah.
What I am saying, though, is that can you make a 2010 style large publisher again? I don't think so. A good example just actually happened. If you have Pokemon Go, did you know that Niantic sold the game?
Yeah, you told me about that. It's like, what do you mean?
It's now owned by a Saudi company. Unfortunately, this Saudi company doesn't exactly have the best history with keeping the things it buys alive. It keeps buying IPs, running them into the ground, but because it is given money by the government of Saudi Arabia, they then just buy another IP. Yeah, they got really good with the Monopoly Go company. It is, and that's the thing is, Monopoly Go is actually doing really well, but I'm wondering if it's having a Fortnite effect, where the problem for Epic is that because Fortnite and the Unreal Engine make so much money, they haven't been able to be successful anywhere else because they keep on making like long shot projects that don't work because money was never an issue, so risk was never an issue until suddenly it is. This is how you went from Epic making more money than God to Epic firing 800 employees and 12% of their total workforce.
Damn.
Because these things catch up catastrophically.
Yeah.
Actually, we've been through this before. In the 1970s, the movie industry went through a very similar thing. And it was... So, in the 1970s, they were starting to make movies that were a lot like the giant super blockbusters today that were failing. And it took the industry, like, about 50 years to forget the lesson.
Ooh. Goddamn.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I do hope that Bungie does well. I'm just...
Boongie.
If Marathon was made on a smaller budget and it just made enough money to be fine, maybe a smaller Bungie could handle it. Maybe that is their way forward. I hope it ends well.
Oh yeah, microtransactions.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, Monopoly Go is incredibly predatory.
Yikes. Heck, just Monopoly Go, that name. It's like, you want to play Monopoly on the go? What the fuck? Oh gosh. Monkeys, monkeys, monkeys.
think that's the other important part is that actually, yeah, sort of like how if this all kind of ties it all together. Another major thing that I am thinking about for the larger companies, from 2K to Camp Story to Bungie, they're all right now trying to figure out ways to jump into very competitive markets. So that's the other thing I'm kind of worried about. They're not jumping into a new area. They're not trying to be like, we're going to make a small project that we can make big. They're trying to be like, we're going to make a fucking meteor and make a blast. Wait, where'd it all go?
Monopoly, go to the fucking polls! Yeah.
Monopoly, go to the bank because you're going to lose all your money.
Exactly. Oh god. Monkey. Monkey.
Moki.
Monkey.
I'm calling the police.
Is that a weed? I'm calling the police.
Actually, I just saw a commercial that was like, it shows up in other places too. Remember how almost all the different, at least in the United States, a bunch of different fast food places began to make their prices higher and higher and higher and higher?
Yeah.
Well, after across the board, there was like double-digit drops in the number of people going.
Oh.
They're all now suddenly being like, oh, we have a value meal. It's fine. It's fine. So I just saw a commercial that was like, hey, Popeye's chicken, really good chicken. Yeah, it is good chicken.
Oh.
We have a $6, we have a $6 box.
Oh.
And I was like, what the hell? When did they start having anything for $6? Because I remember they went from like, they went from having like, oh, we have a $3 menu meal to the cheapest thing being $6.
Oh.
Like, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, that is a change. Something happened.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, all of these big guys began to be like, oh, they can't do anything. We control the market. And then they found out, well, what happens if the market just doesn't exist? Yeah. A major shift that a lot of game companies just could not understand was during the height of the pandemic, people bought a lot of video games. And then after 2022, ever since 2022, the amount of money people have been playing on video games has been going down.
Yeah.
That was the thing, was they literally had these graphs which are like, if it went up this much from here to here, it's gonna have to go up. Yo! And then it's like something changes and everything's like, they never thought, okay, we have a plan for everything to go up, stay the same, or go down. That's like basic. And like every single industry did this at the same time in everything. They did it in fast food, they did it in cars.
Damn.
They did it in video games. Yeah, a ton. One of the reasons why so many companies are trying to kill the retro scene is because they're starting to realize, oh fuck, people have games. They already have them. Fuck.
Yeah.
Another good one is, a ton of studios have been trying to be like, we're never going to release this on DVD so that they have to watch it on streaming. And then people just pirate it.
Yeah.
They'll still buy the DVD if they can find it, but more often than not, oh, it's not on DVD anywhere. I'll just pirate it.
Yeah.
And you're watching movie studios being like, wait a minute, they weren't supposed to do that. hold on.
That's not supposed to happen. Well, guess what?
Exactly.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
all comes down to like availability. Like
Yeah.
again, like a lot of the media I consumed as a kid was pirated. Many games, movies, like cartoons, whatever, because they just
They didn't sell it.
they didn't exist here, kind of thing. The only
Yeah.
way to get them was like, or no, record a song on the radio, like record it from the TV and stuff. And yeah, yar har, fiddle me these. Fiddle me these nuts!
But yeah, this is. Yeah, it's just interesting to watch this entire market just do things where it's like, you probably could actually make a lot of money as long as you have that shit somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. Okay, here's a question for you, dear monkey. So, let's say there is like they're releasing the Steam Deck 2, and they start releasing cartridges with it. Would you be willing, if you have a digital game, would you still be willing to buy a physical version of it?
If I already have it physical, digital, probably not. But I've been changing my mind ever since you told me that, like, yeah, maybe this is gonna be the only way to play a game in like 20 years because it's not gonna be like in the system anymore, kind of thing.
Yeah, a major issue that has been happening across all three companies is that at this point they keep trying to close down their old digital stores because the hello, loud car. I hope you have a problem. Anyway, a major issue that they never thought of that it seems that they're now realizing. So, streaming requires servers. Unless you own the server, you have to rent them. In fact, this is what most companies do. They rent them. Renting a server is not cheap. So when I worked for IBM, our most basic servers, giant metal computers, were $5,000 a month.
Ouch. Oh, and
Yeah.
they did not crash into anything. They were just very loud for motorcycle for small ball reasons, I guess.
Yeah, but also like you get to hear that thing is not being taken care of because like that means it's not burning the fuel properly.
Oh, is it? So the
So
people
if a
do that
car-
on purpose, right?
So if you're doing that, you are damaging the engine. It makes you louder, yes, but you are slowly killing the engine's ability to burn fuel, which will eventually cause it to not burn the fuel when it's moving.
Oh. Well, enjoy your loud motorcycle, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. So one of the things though that was kind of talked about is like, why is almost every single company losing money on streaming? It is because streaming is actually incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
This is one of the reasons why right now there's only two types of companies that are making money on movie streaming, and that is all the ones that run ads instead of having a subscription, because the more you watch, the more ads you watch, the more they get paid, and Netflix, because they hit a critical point where they have just enough people paying just enough
Yeah.
to do that.
Lame.
And that is a major part of this. Game stores take money. So when you could buy a cartridge or when you can buy a CD, at first they're like, oh man, we can't make more money out of it. But it also doesn't cost them continual fees. This is one of the things that I'm going to be very interested to see with the Switch 2. If the Switch 2 cartridges, and I'm not talking about the Switch 1 cartridges that can be upgraded, I'm talking about this is just Switch 2. If they're just game keys, then why buy anything not digital? Because if the game isn't on the card, it isn't actually useful. But if the game is on the card, that actually makes them pretty valuable. Because, yeah, this is one of those things that I'm like, that's what I'm waiting to see. Is there going to be some mad lad that's going to take Donkey Kong Bonanza and have a Switch that has no internet connection, shove that cartridge in, does it run?
Yeah.
Because if it does run, that means that's one less thing for Nintendo to like have to spend money on to keep going. Once they sell the cartridge, it doesn't require the server.
Yeah.
At the same time, yeah, that everything has a risk. In an ideal world, they would have a cartridge that has enough room that any update could be written to the cartridge.
Yeah, they don't do that.
But that means they would have to pay for a larger cartridge. This also means that they would, not prosecute people that may tamper with it.
Yeah.
Like, because the second you can write to the cartridge, you could probably overwrite the cartridge.
Oh yeah.
And somebody's going to fuck with it. Like, if I was a Nintendo, I would totally do that. But then I would be sitting there being like, yeah, we're going to charge more for this cartridge because you can actually do everything on it. And if you're going to try to pirate shit, you're going to have to pay us first.
And it's already expensive. Might as well.
But that's the thing is, that's the thing that I am very interested to see what happens. Nintendo already has been taking down pretty much all their other stores.
Yeah.
And in response, a community has replaced all of their stores. If you have a Wii, a Wii U, a Nintendo DS, all of those now have independent stores. The people that make them are constantly being harassed by Nintendo's lawyers, but because they're open source projects, they can't ever entirely die. So technically, if I were, well, I don't know, a spiteful man, I could walk over to our closet, open the door, grab one of our 3DSs, do some magic, quote unquote, and then suddenly all of Nintendo's games up to the 3DS would be on it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of people that do have that.
Yeah, they've made the worst enemy, which is angry, just nerds.
Yeah. Angry video
saw
game
this
nerds.
Oh yeah, we saw this with the Shadowcast with one random guy in Cyprus, which is like, you did not make it for Linux. I've made a better program.
Yeah.
Close window, close chat.
Adios.
But yeah. Now here's a question. I know that you're not looking to get the Mario Kart for this system, right?
At least not at the moment, no.
If the only thing available is the bundle with Mario Kart, would you buy that?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, in the a couple of places that we asked about the pre-orders, they were like, oh yeah, we had like 3 Mario Kart bundles and 1 Switch without Mario Kart. It's like, what do you mean? Oh, God.
What I think is happening is that I think Nintendo knows that it's going to take them a bit of time to kind of get people to warm up to it, especially with the economy not doing well.
Yeah.
So I think that a lot of the time you're going to see that repeat over and over again until demand starts to drop at all.
Oof. No, yeah, I
Here's your
expect
shipment of Mario Kart ones and the one Switch that's not.
that.
Because at this point, the Mario Kart game is done, and anything they can sell to get you to into the ecosystem, even at a loss, is worth it to them.
Yeah. Diddy was to work at Nintendo.
Did he get fired from Sega? No, did he went to work for Nintendo? I love that little thing that like that little piece of lore dropped there. What did he get fired for from Sega?
I got fired from Sega. Now Diddy was to work at Nintendo.
The funny part was, at least in the United States, Sega and Nintendo both were pretty much in the same town. Their American branches were. There's actually commercials of them like recording in each other's like parking lots.
Monkey.
Have you ever heard the story of Sega of America? It is insane.
Don't remember.
So, okay. Imagine the following. Imagine that you make a company called Roca Industries, and you set up another, like, you want to make Roca Industries Chile.
Okay.
So you make a subsidiary and you hire a guy, and then the guy begins to tell you bad news about what's happening in Chile. What would you respond to him? Like, ah, man, there's all this stuff going wrong.
I'll try to find a way to improve it.
So, Sega of Japan told Sega of America, "You must be lying."
Oh.
It went hysterically bad.
Holy shit. You must be lying.
They pretty much called the guy, his name was Tom Kalinske. And, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. His name was Tom Kalinske. And he pretty much was able to make the Genesis really good, but they began to run into problems as time went forward. And when he was trying to tell them, we're not selling this many, their response is, you're lying. We've probably sold like 3 times as much.
What? Yeah, sure, that's a coping mechanism, I guess.
It went really bad. And eventually it's one of the reasons why the guy left, and he wrote a like tell-all book. The guy has his faults, definitely, but his book is fascinating because it was pretty much there. Almost every corporate culture has a kind of different feeling. The major thing, like the dynamic between Nintendo of America and Nintendo of Japan, is that Nintendo of Japan generally does not trust Nintendo of America at that much, but they will at a certain point be like, well, they wouldn't outright lie like this, so that's not something we want to do. But Sega was straight up like, who's bribing you?
Damn.
Another part was one of the reasons Sega was able to survive as long as it did was that its own founder, in a very Japanese way, was like, I'm using my own money to keep my company alive.
Yeah.
And that guy eventually passed away, and the people that took over were just chaotic.
Damn.
It has been actually very interesting, especially recently with a couple of recent events that so did you know that, for example, that Sega is not they pretty much are owned by another company.
Oh.
They're owned by several other companies. So for a little while, they're owned by Sammy, which is a gambling company.
Oh. That is not cool.
Yep. And where is it? No. Okay. Yeah, they are under Sega Sammy Holdings, which is, so remember pachinko machines?
Yeah, the
That's what Sammy does.
Oh, okay. Pachinko.
So, yeah, the good news for Sega is that they got bought out by a gambling company that understands games, as opposed to like, why can't you run a casino? A situation that have happened where other companies get bought out by a person that has no idea what they're doing.
Damn.
Also, another interesting note, Sega used to be an American company.
Ah.
It started in the United States, but eventually it became kind of a Japanese company because it made arcade machines, and like they actually kind of made like gambling machines back in the 40s and 50s, and then they began to open up gambling machines at American military bases in Japan. A group of Japanese engineers kind of saw it, and they're like, yo, these are cool, I bet we can make these. And so they worked with the American company, and they were doing so well that the American company was like, you guys could run this actually.
Oh. Yeah.
Because yeah, Sega was founded by Martin Bromley and Richard Stewart in Hawaii.
Oh.
It was originally called Nihon Garaku Busan. But if you're listening to those names, you're like, those aren't Japanese names. It was two English-speaking guys trying to make a Japanese company, pretty much.
Oh. Yeah.
But it worked. It worked. And I found out, I just saw their, I just saw their original, let me send it to you, how their original logo looked. It looks like a fantasy game from the 1980s.
Damn. Sega. Bruh.
Yeah, this feels like something like roll the dice and see how many places you move on the board.
Right. Yeah, like fucking. Yeah, pretty much something more fantasy.
Just Dungeons and 1970s Dungeons and Dragons energy.
D&D looking ass. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so that what pretty much happened was, after the arcade crash in the United States, it went from an American company that was having a large Japanese section. It became a Japanese company that had a large American section.
Oh.
Yeah. It is always to me fascinating how just American and Japanese business is always playing the most awkward dance of musical chairs with each other at all times.
Yep. Ah, thank you, Mario Kart. I was gonna say Mario Kart.
Hello, Mario Kart.
Hey, Mario Kart, how you doing? But
Every
very
once in a
glad
while,
you
the
like
power
it.
starts out here.
I heard the clicking. Yeah.
Yep. So save just in case, please. Let me redeem the
Yeah, the
save.
save on the piece already done, thankfully. I'm gonna start a little project.
Drink some
I'm
goddamn
gonna-
water.
Thank you for the glug. Chug jug.
Yeah.
Mm. And saving this one too. So
I'm hearing that more and more. I'm going to
click.
turn off my computer and switch to tablet.
Only if you want, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't want there to be a power failure.
Power failure.
When these things are happening, that means there are too many devices drawing too much power. Like that.
Oh, yeah, I heard it. What the hell? Like all the fans went down in like power.
Yeah. So I am going to hang up from this device and call you on the tablet. BRB.
All right. Oh, is the pose of like, is this a pigeon? Is this Nintendo? There. Oh, I just noticed the music ended. I do want to listen to that song though.
Fans fell out here too.
It's the air is going down a little bit, yeah. And I suddenly hear the thing clicking.
Yep. I unplugged one out there. Want me to unplug these two?
Nah.
Alright. You gonna raid maybe? Somebody?
Giving you an idea. Oh. We still have 20 minutes.
Okay.
I'd like to do some doodling in the meantime. I want to start on my PNGs. It's very, very real. working tender.
That's the best part.
Manifesting, manifesting, manifesting. It's really very real. It was a working tender. It was a working tender. Oh, by the way, later today, well, not exactly after stream, but later today, we got invited to a concert, but it's like covers. It's not Pink Floyd, but it's an orchestra playing covers of Pink Floyd in orchestra mode, and that sounds very fucking fun. Let's fucking go. Manifesting, manifesting, manifesting. Because Pink Floyd is already like very symphonic, honestly. Like, must have been just like, oh yeah, just translate it into like these instruments instead of like electric guitars and stuff. It's like, yeah, makes sense. Is that a is that a pigeon exactly? Is this a Nintendo? So I got a few ideas that I want to. Ah! Oh, thanks for the clock. Hey, hello Dynamite. What do I just noticed? Sorry. How you doing, friend?
Trying to call you.
Oh. Oh, that's what that was.
Sorry.
Sorry.
It's okay. Hello there.
Ease up.
Not too much. Well, turns out, so you've turned off quite a few things. Things seem to have stabilized a bit.
Okay.
For now.
For now.
Yeah, I've turned off the fan out here. Do you want me to unplug the fans there for you?
Kinda need them. Or no, you know what? Yeah, please do that. There's actually some air coming from the window, so that's good enough. Enjoying long weekend? Hell yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure if today's a holiday in Mexicoland, but definitely yesterday was. So there's a chance. Sometimes if a holiday is on a Thursday, they're like, okay, so take Friday off too, like whatever, go on vacation. And it's like, oh yeah, except since I don't have a normal job, like I can take the day off, but in exchange of not eating today. So not really, but you know.
There we go.
What was up with the first? It is Day of Labor in Mexicoland. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a thing in other countries though.
Multiple countries have something around early May, sometimes called May Day, in celebrations of workers' unions. This is common in France. It was common in the Soviet Union. I think it's also part of Mexican calendar.
Oh, you also celebrate in Germany. Okay, so yeah, it is not just a Mexican thing. There we go. Well, I'm pretty sure on the 5th of May, probably that's gonna be another holiday. Which I just know May has like a ton of holidays in Mexico.
Yep. Are you hearing me clearly, by the way?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, so that's all working.
Workers' Day.
Okay.
So I didn't know that, but it seems that according to Brave's Google, it's not Google, but International Day of the Worker. Let's see, it's something to do with Barcelona. It's like it was probably like 1 de mayo, finales de dictadura, Uruguay. So pretty much it came up because people did like manifestación de trabajadores.
Strike or something?
Workers' Day, yeah. But interesting. I didn't know that. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm gonna just do some sketches today, but I'd like to make some PNG tours. And I had this silly idea of having like one of me holding my dog like on my legs. I don't know how to fucking draw a dog. In Poland, we have 1st of May, which is Workers' Day, and 3rd of May, which is Constitution 3rd of May. Ah, okay. Yeah, no, like Cinco de Mayo is a holiday, just not Mexican independence, but it is a holiday too. I think. A ver. Día Festivos Mayo. México. First of May, Day of the Worker. 5th of May, Batalla de Puebla. 5 de Mayo. 10th of May, Day of the Mothers. 15th May, Day of the Teachers. 30th May, Consejo Técnico Escolar, what the fuck? Day of the School Teachers or something? Oh, well, there's already, like, Teacher Day. So yeah, there's, since Cinco de Mayo is on Monday, probably we're gonna have a long weekend too. Hell yeah. Oh. Thank you for the pet, Dynamite. Thank you. Pass on the head pat to doggy. Okay, I will. Hey, Bunny! Where's the girl? Is the girl there with you?
She just left towards the kitchen.
Ah! She just left it. She thought I was calling her from the kitchen.
He's coming back.
Hey, Bunny! Did she really, like, thought I was... Bunny, come here!
Yeah, there she is.
Oh, there she goes. Okay, maybe. Oh, there she goes. I gave her a pat on the head and she's like, oh, no food? Okay, bye. She just leaves. Come back! But yeah, sometimes like she sits on me like this. Like if I just cross my legs when I'm sitting down. And she just like all happy. Like turns into a ball. Nintendo. Like Matrix 7. She's so tiny. Just make her a little bigger. She is definitely lap-sized. Imagine if we introduced the doggy to Pat. Pat would go like, keep this over from me. Aww. Both me and my character fear dogs. No, makes sense. Honestly, Carl also doesn't like small dogs, but like... But I appreciate that you tolerate the girl. Because she's more aggressive than bigger dogs, that's for sure. But also that's because I let her. So that's on me. Like, smaller dogs are only angrier because they don't get disciplined as much as a bigger dog. Because we're like, I can't do anything to me. But it can. It's not gonna kill you. But it can still hurt you. So, yeah. Yeah, there's the girl. But yeah, like, what is it? The landlord, for example, like, he hates dogs. And I'm just thankful that he's not like, no dogs. Like, he could have always been like, no dogs because I don't like dogs kind of thing. It's like, no, he's just like, every time he comes in, like, we just put the dog in a safe space away from the door. So it's fine. Danny was to work in Nintendo. Danny was to work in Nintendo. King Julian.
Seems like you're a rhythm gamer. Oh, thank you. I should turn you on to some of the classics.
Except for my blind tongue.
Hell yeah. Here's some mix with the Game Grumps. Gonna lay down this soil, turn it right, give it a drink. Oh, and like when I'm petting the dog. So when I'm talking, I have a hand like moving around. Like I often move my hands when I talk, and then when I'm not talking, I'm just petting the dog and looking down, petting the puppy, and the puppy is waving the tail. So like when I'm talking, it's not waving the tail, but it's like just nice and relaxed. Aw, so cute. First reaction to the doggy would be the same as the meme, where two kids are standing in the corner frightened while there's a bunny just sitting on the floor. Aww. Oh man, that's surreal. Ugh! I'm not sure if this song is copyrighted, but I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, it is copyrighted. Oh, but that's right. I was listening to this one recently, so this is from League of Legends as well. This is True Damage Giants. Someone pointed out. I'm just gonna like put it. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna put. He's finally here. No, wait. This is a tutorial I was looking at.
Okay.
So yeah, this is from League of Legends. Amazing animation. What's that I see in the background? So this came out 2019. 2019. Arcane. Together. Season 2, Season 1. Oh, they're good. 2021. This video is from 2019, so 2 years before Arcane came out. What's that I see in the background? There's something familiar in there, isn't it? But yeah, someone pointed out and I'm like, I cannot believe you, Riot. But pretty much they put a poster of Arcane in this video, which came out 2 years before Arcane. So it's the fact that it was there all along and nobody noticed until I saw it in a short. It was like, wait, what do you mean they put a fucking reference of Arcane in this video from 2 years earlier, before the fucking show came out? But yeah, that song amazing, animation amazing. It is copyrighted though. So okay, but this with the DK rap, it's pretty.
No style. He has no grace. This tongue has a funny face.
Okay, that's fucking great.
When he needs to and stretch his arms out just for you. Inflate himself.
There's also something I really like about like this band. It's like an AU band within the world of League of Legends, and like they have this. The guy at the beginning, he speaks English. This girl here, she speaks Spanish. This girl also speaks English. And then there's Akali, who is the one that raps in Korean. And it's like, oh, that is so cool. And they sing up so well.
He'll make you smile when places do. But gremlins beware.
No, wait, I want to see her with Akali, like singing too.
Finally, he's here for you. It's the last member
Oh, the DK crew.
This song so strong, it isn't funny. Make a gremlin pick up a boulder with relative
Oh yeah, I think this guy is.
see such a breeze.
He could be Korean or Japanese coded. I think he's more Japanese because he's more like a samurai. But yeah, he doesn't sing though. He's the DJ. So like that is pretty cool. So there's like Spanish, Korean, and English rapping in this song. Very fucking cool. Like oh, this part so good. Like 2D animated, amazing. I look back. Hell yeah. So good. Oh! The fucking song ends. DK! Donkey Kong! DK! Donkey Kong is here! He is finally back to kick some tail. almost 4. Okay. But yeah, I'll be going soon-ish. Thank you so much for the company, bros. Thank you, Mario Bro, for the commission. I'll be sending it to you. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna like prepare it now before I forget. Coconut gun. Of the DK crew. DK. Okay, go. Woo! Thanks for the stream, no problem. Thank you for joining us, dude.
Hey.
Hell yeah. DK. Donkey Kong. Export to JPEG. I'm gonna send you the high quality version. And I'll send you the poisoned version later because our power is not doing great. So very careful. Yes, that's right. Tomorrow, I was doing some PNG art right now because tomorrow I'm gonna be using my usual PNG. I mean the, like this one. Where is it? To kick some dough. This one, because we're gonna be in a different house. We're gonna try out the setup. We'll see how it works. I just remember that I do have to bring a ton of assets, like for example, the Roca TTS cannot be present. Neither, well, the 2D. Maybe I could bring in the 3D though, but we'll see. I'm gonna start off with a PNG. Minute to look making a PNG model since it's super simple. They're very simple. I was thinking of this one I'm working on. Like I want it to be animated. Like I have like here I'm talking, like moving the mouth like a lip sync, and maybe moving the head a little bit here and there, moving the hand a little bit. And in this other one, like I'm petting the dog, you know, that'd be pretty cute. Also my mouse. It's not the mouse, it's the computer. It's having the thing where I can't click things. Now, there we go. And yeah, I definitely need an example because I can do these for commissions as well. I just haven't had the chance to. Apparently, Clip Studio Paint has an update and made animation easier to use. I heard of that, yeah. Sadly, I cannot get the updated version unless I buy it again. Maybe at some point I will, though, but not at the moment. I have very important very life or death things to buy, like Donkey Kong Banana. Banana. Donkey Kong. Donkey. All right, let's check. Oh. Oh, there's a bunch of friends live. Let's go. Is the member the DK crew? Okay, so there's this person I said hi to like this week. I'd like to go say hi to them again. Lena Bat is from Canada. They speak French, so they have an adorable Canadian French accent. They are working, their stream is 18 plus, but they're not doing anything, not safe for work or anything. They have like a 3D model, super cool. And I just realized I can ask them because I've been having a lot of questions about 3D. Maybe I can ask them some stuff, but yeah, they're doing some commission work. They're a bat again. Like you don't see a bat furry every day, but they exist. Hell yeah. So Let's go. Monkey raid. Yes, indeed. Let's bring in the monkeys. Release the monkeys into the bats. Hopefully I can finish the idea I have today. Sweet, sweet. Nice. Good luck with that. And happy to see that soon. Bear is a bat furry. Ironically. Well, I know Bear has an OC that's a bat. I don't know if it counts as the same. Well, only if Bear considers that, then that's pretty cool. But yeah, see you guys around. And yeah, y'all take care. See y'all tomorrow. Oh yeah. Monkey, 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 monkey.
Ooh! Time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. Jump to the left. And then a step to the right. Welcome on it, Raiders. Gabe, hi! How was your stream? Thank you so much for the raid. Were you working on some art? Would you like to send some art text? I can show you. I can show chat what you were working on. Oh, this was done by this one. I actually commissioned an artist for that one. She has a year character here for it. It's so cool. Thank you for her. Also, everyone, please consider checking out Gail Rice's Twitch channel. Amazing artist. Extraordinaire monkey. Amazing animations. Like crazy stuff out there. Definitely consider giving him a follow. Also, Gabe, if you do need to take, I know I asked for art tags, but if you need to take it easy after stream, feel free to tell me, or feel free to lurk if you want to as well. It's up to you. Did some hard
Did you prison
commissions.
yourself?
Also, I said this before, but I love you. Yeah, okay. I will. I forgot. Also, hi everyone. My name is Lena, Bat VTuber and Variety streamer. Today I'm working on some